Hi guys, and welcome to this video. This is Jamie from System22 and GreatWebDesign.com. We're going to continue on with our Bootstrap one-page scrolling site build. Today we're going to add a Google map to the bottom of our site here. Yesterday we added the contact section. So what we're going to do is just add a little section below this with a live Google map of the address. I'm actually using the Empire State Building address here. But obviously you do it for your building. It's pretty easy to do, so follow along and we will get that done. So the first thing we want to do is open our folder if you haven't got it already opened. Open our index.html in our bracket software. Once again, for those of you that have not been following along with these videos, Brackets is a free text editing software. It's absolutely awesome. You can download it from the link below this video. So I'm going to scroll down to the last place where we left off, which was the bottom of our contact section here. And like all the other videos, I will put a downloadable PDF of the code that we write today for you to download in a link below. Okay, so let's just, we want a section. This time it's a little bit different. We have been sort of copying over our contact form section. We're not going to use a container because I want it to be fluid. I want it to run the whole length of the screen, whereas a container will pull it in to the Bootstrap main frame size. So I'm going to create a div, and I'll give it a class. We'll call it map, I guess, seeing as it's got a map in it. And this is going to be a fairly short video because it is actually really easy to do. Okay, so we've created our section and we've created our div, and inside here is where we want to put our Google map. And how do we do that, you say? Well, it's really easy. If you just open a tab, go to google.com, just type map, hit the Google Maps, and then whatever your address is or the address of your business, put it in there and it'll come up here. I'm going to use the Empire State Building for want of, seeing as this is a fictitious business. So here we are. Here's the Empire State Building. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, and now what we want to do, we want to sort of display a window of this on our site here. To do that, we go over here and hit this share button. That's the actual link for it, but we want to embed it. We're going to embed it into our site. So here it is. It's telling me that this map's built for me. I'm signed into my Google account, so it will show my saved favorites and what have you, but you know, for everybody else that's viewing it on their computers, it will not. So here's the code that we want here. So we can just right click and copy it, or Control C, or if it's not highlighted, it usually is, just select from the first opening bracket to the last one, make sure you include everything, and then copy, Control C, or right click and copy. Once we've got this code, let's go back to our brackets. Now this is where we left off, and we simply paste this code in here, Control V, or right click and paste. Now doesn't that look like a bunch of junk? It really isn't though, it's the code we need. Now we're going to change something here. I'll show you what this is going to look like. And the map will be there, but it's not exactly what I want. So I'm going to do a quick save, Control S. Let's go back to our site here. We're done with that one, so let's close that tab. Now let's do a refresh, and that little map should appear down the bottom here. And there it is, and it's there, but that's not what I want. I mean, the map's great and everything, and it's live and it works. just hit Control and use your mouse wheel and you can zoom in, zoom out. But I want it to span the whole of my screen size here, so we've got an actual section with the live map in it. And that is really easy to do. By default, if we go back to our brackets, it's given it a width. You see where it says width there of 600, that's 600 pixels, and a height of 450. Well, the height's okay. In fact, I can make that a little bit shorter, but let's change the width here. Instead of 600, I'm going to put 100%. And that's going to tell it to span the whole of the screen area, whatever the screen size you happen to be viewing on. So let's save that and go back to the site. Now when we do a refresh, this should span all the way across. There we go, that's a little more like it. It's a little more what I had in mind. Height wise, I think it's okay. I mean, I might drop it down by 50 or so to 400. Let's just try it, for example. And like I say, it is live, so if you, as it says there, when you're scrolling, use Control and scroll to zoom the map. So I'll just hit the Control button and we can scroll in and out on it. It used to be that they would scroll automatically on default, but sometimes when you're scrolling down a page, it gets stuck on that one and just starts scrolling. So I think they've actually changed that a little bit now. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted there, but let's just change the height. We can make it a little shorter. Let's make it 350 and have a look what it looks like. So I'm going to go to this height attribute here and change that to 350 instead of 450, and do a quick save. Control S, back to the site. Should shrink down just a little bit there, and of course we're going to, when we get around to it, we're going to add a little footer on the bottom. There we go, that's 350 pixels now, which I think is adequate. We don't really need it to be 450, but again, that's entirely up to you how you want to have your site displayed. So that was pretty quick, pretty straightforward. We've just added this little section here inside a div. We've put our little iframe with our Google map, and it is ready to go. So there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you found it useful, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in building websites, we have some great web design and website building courses below. There's a Bootstrap one and there's a couple of WordPress ones. And there's some great 90% off coupons so you can get them real cheap. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and GreatWebDesign.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.